Hello and happy Saturday. Thanks for everybody watching live. Thanks for everybody watching the replay. Drop me a note. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know any topics that you want me to cover. Today, I'm going to be talking about what to do when you are doing funnels, doing ads, doing lives, like showing up and doing all these like great marketing techniques and still not making any sales. Okay. So there's there's a billion different ways to make money online, okay? And there's not anyone that's like fully right for every single person. And so there's a lot of different methods. But a lot of what you will see is people talking about, oh, well, you just need a funnel and all of a sudden you're going to be making money, or you just need to do ads and all of a sudden you're going to be making money, or all you've got to do is start going live once a week and you're going to make all this money. And that may be true for that person who's talking about that, but there's other factors, right? So what is working for someone is often a function of, how long have they been around? How big is their audience? How good are their sales skills? How tuned in are they to who they really want to serve and who they're best at serving? So different things will work for different people, for different types of businesses, for different audiences, and at different points in your career, depending on how much of a foundation you have built up. And so, and throughout, you get to play with all these different things and figure out what works best for you. But the sad thing is, like, it can be really easy to be seduced into, hiring somebody to do funnels or going through, a big course that's all about funnels and advanced marketing techniques. But if you're not an advanced entrepreneur, if you're new and you're still figuring out who you want to serve and exactly what you're doing and how you're serving them and all of that stuff can be not a wasted investment because it's stuff that you'd be able to apply later, but it might not be the best investment for you at the time because it's not necessarily going to get you clients. So I just spoke with someone, and she's doing all these advanced things. She's in this great marketing program that's teaching her all these really advanced techniques, but it's not getting her the clients, right? She's showing up and she's doing everything she's being told to do, she's implementing, and it's just not getting her there. So we were talking and I was asking her, a few questions. So if you're in this situation where you're doing the funnels, doing the ads, doing the lives, and you're still not making any sales, here's some questions that I have for you to kind of dial in, like, where maybe things are going wrong. Okay. So if your funnel, or your ad, is it getting you group members? Is it getting you new people into your audience? Is it getting you email subscribers? Okay. If it's doing that, that's kind of that's a good thing, right? If it's actually getting you that stuff. Okay. But the second question is, are they the right people? Okay. And when I mean right people, are they people who have a problem that you you can help them solve? And are they the right people? Are they the people you really are here to serve? Right. Because, and they have personalities you like. That's huge for me. If I don't have good personal chemistry with someone, I'm not going to be able to help them as much as somebody that I really, really vibe with. Right. So, is it converting into group members or email list subscribers, and are they actually the right people? um and then, the next question, like, are they people that just want to hang around and get something for free, or are they people that are actually willing to get on sales calls with you? Okay. If they're willing to get on sales calls, that's another, good step. And then, are they actually ready to invest? Like, when you get on the calls, are they actually ready to invest, or are they just looking for freebies and free calls and all that kind of stuff? So that's what you need to be asking yourself, and starting to get a clue about what's going on. Okay. So if you're getting group members, you're getting email subscribers, there's something that's working right. Like, you've got a decent funnel, you've got a good ad, and it's bringing people in. Okay. That's a good thing. But if they're not the right people, it doesn't matter. If they're not the right people, you're actually wasting money, and then you're going to end up wasting time because now you've got to go through and sift through all these people, and they're not really the best fit for what you're doing, or they're not ready to invest or whatever. So it could be, if they're not the right people, if people are showing up, they're not the right people, it may be that you need to go back and really get clear on who it is that you want to serve. And this can be really frustrating. especially if you've done a lot of trainings and they're always talking about, oh, you got to know your ideal client avatar. And the way most people teach ideal client avatar is fucking ridiculous. They make it way too complicated. They have you looking at, what's your ideal client's eye color and what kind of car do they drive? And it's stuff that has nothing to do with your niche, nothing to do with how it is that you help people, nothing to do with nothing. And so it ends up being like a giant waste of time a lot of times. Okay. So I didn't think it was that important. I was like, if the exercises to figure out what this is are so stupid, then it can't actually be that important. But here's why it's important, right? So you want to get, you only want to get ideal clients on sales calls, right? Because anybody other than an ideal client is going to be a lot harder to sell. And as a matter of fact, you probably don't want to sell to that person, right? Money's great, but if they're not the right fit for your program, they're not going to get good results. And then they're going to be unhappy and you may have to give them their money back and there may be drama, right? So this is why, like, if you want your sales calls to be easier, if you want to be able to make more sales in fewer calls, if you want to, have like fun on your sales calls and not have this sense of dread and the sense that you're like trying to drag this person into working with you, then you want to really know this ICA, this ideal client avatar thing. And so you got to know, like, who do you vibe with? Who are you really passionate about helping, right? And be able to convey that in your post, right? So you've got to know, their pain points. And so something you can do with this is market research, and market research does not have to be a complicated thing. Hold on a moment, my dad needs me. What, Dad? All right, have fun, be safe. Love you. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, you can do market research, and it's really just sitting down and having a conversation with people and just saying, hey Renee, hey, what's going on with you? What in this area do you need help with? What have you tried in the past? What are you thinking about trying? How is this affecting your life? And just start to get clear about that so that you can talk about it in your copy, okay, when you or in your lives or whatever, or even in your ads and your funnels, right? If they're already drawing in people, maybe you just need to tweak the copy to really get to those right people, okay? The woman that I was speaking with today, she's taken all this great advice on these advanced marketing techniques, and she's got the ad and she's got the funnel and she's got the freebie and she's got a group and she's going live, but she's not being advised to do value posts. Okay, so some people like to get information in different ways. So some people love to just watch lives. Some people really love to read your post, and so it's good for you to have both, right? And especially if you're a newer entrepreneur. So this woman is a newer entrepreneur and she's in this great group program that really, their strengths in this group program are really around helping more advanced entrepreneurs, people who've already been working one-to-one, people who already have a good idea of what market they serve, their messaging and all that. And if you at that level and you get in this program, you can like take off with it. But if that isn't your foundation, then there can be, it's still a good program, but it's a little harder, right? And so when you're newer, you need to be posting a lot. You need to be doing at least 3 to 5 value posts a week, every single week. And there's a system that I created, or I was taught, and then I've tweaked and created, for myself, that allows me to show up like consistently, 3 to 5 days a week with really high value posts, and to be able to do it really quickly, which is super important for anybody. But especially if you're still working a 9 to 5, like you need to have a really concise system. And so you need to be doing those value posts, and the value posts are going to help build your audience and warm people up more, and get them interested in watching your lives, and get them interested in joining a group. And people, if they're going through your funnel or they're going through your ad, they may go check out your profile, and if all you're doing is selling at every single post and you're not offering any value, then they may not stick around, right? So I'm kind of all over the place because I kind of threw this together at the last minute, because I'm going to go to the movies later. I just want to like get out of the house for a little while. But I wanted to make sure that I did this because I am showing up 30 days of lives no matter what. I've only missed one day and not missing anymore. Okay. So whenever anybody's giving you advice about, oh, you need to, you can only post like one time a week and you're going to make all this money. Look at their audience size. Look at how engaged their audience is and how big their audience is. Because when you get to a place where you have really put in the work and you've done a lot of value posts and you've really engaged with your audience and all that stuff, later on you can get away with posting a little bit less and still making sales. But especially in the first year of business, you need to be posting a lot, okay? Because you've got to be, people got to get to know you. They've got to get to know you. So you've got to be putting out stuff so that they can get to know you. So it's not just about consistently posting. It's also about having great content that's actually going to speak to the right people, right? Plus consistently posting. And that's like, it's one thing to be visible. It's a whole nother thing to be profitably visible. And I'm actually making a freebie for this right now, this weekend, about how to show up online consistently in a way that's going to get you clients. It's actually, how to post and do it in an efficient way and post about things that your ideal customers are going to care about so that you can actually start making sales. And your sales become a lot easier because people already know a little bit more about you, and they feel more comfortable with you. So you're getting on a call with somebody that's much warmer. You're pitching, even doing strategy calls to an audience that's much warmer, right? So it makes everything easier. But as you get more advanced, you can cut back on posting a little bit. But in the beginning, you really, really, really need, like, definitely your first year, probably your first 2 years, you need to be posting consistently and posting like high value content. Okay. And here's the final thing. So you can have a great you can have a great funnel, you can have a great ad, you can have a great Facebook group, you can be putting out all this high value stuff so that you are talking to the right people and getting them interested and excited to work with you. If you don't know how to do sales, you've done all this work, all this marketing and getting people excited and creating all these leads. If you don't know how to do sales, all of that is for nothing. And what I see a lot of people do, and that I was guilty of this for a really long time, is spending so much time trying to figure out like how to post and how to be consistent and how to show up and give all this value, but then like shy away from the sales thing. Like, I don't want to sell. Selling is gross. Selling is icky. I don't feel comfortable with it. And we have this fantasy that a lot of the hype, they know that this is the fantasy, right? And so they market to us and they're like, we're gonna teach you how to do this and this, and people are just gonna reach out to you. People are just gonna come to you and be like, here's my money. And it doesn't work that way, especially in the beginning when people are getting to know you, when an audience is getting to know you and you're building your audience and everything. Like, you're going to have to be doing some outreach and engagement. You've got to show up with great content, show up consistently, and then you got to engage like a motherfucker. That's what's going to get you your first clients and start getting you some consistent money coming in. So, but you can do all the challenges. I've seen so many people this year like work their ass off doing these 5-day challenges, that are really like 9-day challenges, like these extended things, and they get all these people excited, and then they don't convert because they don't know how to sell. They're not comfortable selling, right? And so having the sales skills, like knowing how to run a sales call, especially if you want to sell anything high ticket, like, and especially in the beginning, like when you got a name for yourself, you may be able to run a 5-day challenge and then slap up a link and sign up a bunch of people that just click through that link and do it because they look and they see, oh, I've been following this person for, 6 months, or they go and they check out your group and they see how engaged it is and they see all the value you're giving and they feel comfortable giving you a credit card through a link without speaking to anybody. But most of the time for high ticket, especially when you're new, people are going to want to talk to you, and you have to know how to run a sales call because it's more than just showing up and being personable. Like, you do want to show up and be personable, but you also have to be like in your authority, and there's a knack to that, right? You have to know like a basic continuity, for the call. You have to know what questions to ask and when to follow up and when to be like, okay, I've got enough information about that. You've got to be comfortable cutting people off. If somebody's just going on and it's past the point that they're giving you any useful information, you got to know how to pitch. You got to know how to customize your pitch to each prospect, and you've got to know how to anticipate and deal with objections. And that can feel really icky because most of the time the way objections are talked, that part of the conversation is called overcoming objections, which is gross and icky and is dismissive of what's going on with people's lives, and it's just kind of like, I'm going to sell to you no matter what, and it's gross. But there are different ways of doing that. But if you don't know how to do that, all of this work you've done marketing and getting these people in is going to be for nothing, right? So if you are in a place where you're showing up and you're doing all these advanced things that people have sworn to you, nope, just posting won't be enough. You've got to do funnels and ads and lives are definitely good, but you've got to have a strategy with your lives as well. And you're doing all that and you're not getting any clients. Okay, start asking yourself the questions. Is this converting at all? And is it bringing in people? Are they the right people? If not, why aren't they the right people? And what do I need to change in my copy and the way I'm talking about this so that I can start getting less of the wrong people and more of the right people? The people that are showing up, are they just freebie seekers, or are they actually dedicated to their growth and their transformation, whether it's in their health, their personal life, their romantic life, their business life, their money life, whatever? Are they actually ready, to invest not only their money but their time and their focus in making this happen for themselves? Are they actually getting on the sales call? And when they're getting on the sales call, what's happening? Are you getting the same objection over and over again? Or is it you just kind of don't know how to run the sales call in a way that is going to kind of lead them down a path and lead them, actually that's not even right, you don't know how to run a sales call in a way that helps you to get the big picture of what's going on with this person and helps you to diagnose, like, are you the right solution for them, as well as giving them a really expanded view of what's going on with them, what their options are, what their possibilities are, what their problems, what the true challenges are that are standing in their way. You gotta know how to do this on a sales call. Otherwise, you're going to lose most of your sales, or most of these people that you've done so much work, spent so much time bringing into your audience. And so you don't get the sale, but they also don't get the transformation. I firmly believe, there's so many of us in coaching and healing, and there's all these different niches, but there's a lot of people in each niche. And so it's not like if I don't show up and I don't do what I'm supposed to do to get in touch with people, it's not like the people that are meant to work with me can't go somewhere else. There's other people that teach the same things that I do. But there are people that aren't going to get the success as easily if they don't work with me, right? Because there's a way that I'm going to explain it to them that is going to make sense better than the way the next person is, right? Just like I've had coaches that, some of them I vibed with completely, and other ones, like, they were great coaches, but it wasn't quite the right fit, and it was really hard for us to communicate sometimes, right? So, it's not like your people are not going to get the help they need at all, but you show up and do your best so that the people who really need you are going to be able to find you. And I think I started off in a slightly different way when I got into that tangent. I can't remember which way I was going to go back. But if you're not making the sales, come into my group. My group is Ethical High Ticket Sales for Coaches and Healers. There is a fantastic training to help you get super clear on who it is that you're here to serve and help you pull out, like, what words and things and concepts that you really want to be using in your copy and making that a lot simpler. I am also putting together a freebie this weekend that is breaking down a high overview of my posting strategy and how I'm able to deliver high quality converting content every week, 3 to 5 days a week, no matter what. Once my posts are done, I can get them rotated around and everything in about 10 minutes. So it's a fantastic strategy, and it will help you to warm up your audience a lot more quickly, get a lot more visible, and make it so that the people are getting on your sales calls are much easier for you to sell to. So thanks for tuning in live. Thanks for everybody on the replay. Thanks Renee for watching and for saying hello. And reach out to me. Let me know. I've got I don't know. I'm not counting, but I've got probably at least 10 more days of these lives, and I would love to know what would be helpful to you. So let me know. All right. Bye, guys.